action. Black Coffee Worship video podcasting again for another time, and it's been a while. I've done the audio ones a few times, I think the last 2 or 3 maybe, but I got a snazzy new fisheye lens for my camera that's recording at the moment, so I thought we'll give a go on the fisheye and see how we look. As usual, recording the audio into the portable recorder. I was really scared of it not recording and do the whole podcast, and it hasn't recorded anything, which has happened before in the past to me, which isn't so cool. But I wanted to do a video and a podcast, a new one, and talk about a really cool honour to do Collabo blend here at the Caves of Worship with the great band the Infernal Sea. Should have thunder, things going, waves crashing, loads of effects, if I know how to do that in Adobe afterwards. But yeah, the Infernal Sea. So stoked for these guys to be on board and to do a coffee collab with the dudes. UK black metal, the scene is real and the scene is killer, and there are some great bands that are out there, and these, to me, personally, are one of the tops that are around. So, what an honour to actually get to do this with the guys there, who are absolutely rad, by the way. And, yeah, so cool to actually work with. So, I've got the coffee out. I'll talk a little bit about the breakdown of how it's roasted and flavour notes and the standard spiel on that. I've got a vinyl here as well, which I bought from them a wee while before the collabo actually happened in the first place, and a little breakdown of their spiel and their setup. So yes, Black Coffee Worship, the Infernal Sea collabo blend at the moment here at the Caves of Worship. The Infernal Coffee artwork from these guys on everything that they do is sick. I really dig their stance and their approach of how they attack their artwork. And to give it justice, we had a few label problems when we started, and we got a redesign done for the label itself. And I was really impressed of their passion, of how much work goes into their music, their stage presence, and as well just bare bones artwork that they truly believe in themselves to be out there. So yeah, brewed in darkness, the Infernal Coffee. From Black Coffee Worship and the Infernal Sea at the moment. With the new lens, I don't know if it's focusing or autofocus or how it works, but hold it up so you guys can see for a little while. There. Let's talk a little bit about the Infernal Sea and what they're about. I have got a little spiel from their Bandcamp page. I've been listening to their vinyl, which I'll show you in a second, and on Spotify. They're on a few tracks coming through the Black Coffee Worship podcast Spotify playlists that I sometimes do, black metal and black coffee, various bands, and they're on those playlists. So I'll link it in the description below so you guys can have a look and listen to some Black Coffee Worship playlists on Spotify with the Infernal Sea inside as well. But the Infernal Sea, UK, Bandcamp page, the bio. Formed in early 2010, the Infernal Sea style is rooted in the traditional black metal sound. Not afraid to experiment and push the boundaries, the Infernal Sea bring an eclectic mix of influences to their sound. The Infernal Sea have proven themselves on the live circuit, supporting Napalm Death, 1349, Rotting Christ, and a few more. They've got a few shows coming up right now. It is July at the moment. They've got hometown show at Zanzibar, Liverpool, UK, July 22nd. They're doing the Corporation, Sheffield, July 23. And we're looking at the Underworld, London, November the 2nd. So a little break there, but I'm sure they'll be flooding in some new stuff that'll be happening soon. Again, artwork is mind-blowingly great by these guys. Elixir of Death is their newest track that's out at the moment. I will be putting that track onto a Black Coffee Worship playlist pretty soon, and yeah, you can listen to it online yourselves as well. There's digital format you can purchase as well through their Bandcamp page, which I will link in the description below. Great dudes, great guys to talk to. Stage presence and visual appearance is just on fire for UK black metal and what they stand for. and their stage presence. I've spoken to a few people saying, oh my god, this is so rad that you've got the Infernal Sea to do a Collabo blend with you. We've seen them live a few times. They are absolutely fire of their stage setup and what they produce and make. They all wear masks and sort of outfits that go on. I've seen videos online as well with the violinist playing too. But yeah, it's just great. They're live, showing their live sets that everybody says nobody's ever said a bad thing about them. So to be able to blend and go with them is a rad thing. Currently drinking the Infernal coffee out of the Infernal Sea mug right now. Yes, so go check them out, go listen to them. Talk about the coffee itself from Black Coffee Worship. It's new, it's just launched. It launched Friday just gone, and it is Thursday, I think, today. I'm pushing the stance on that this is the first for a Black Coffee Worship blend where we're doing the roast in the style of an Italian roast. And what is an Italian roast? So it's a dark brew. It's a dark blend. It's almost over roasted. So the beans are quite oily and black. And when you grind the grounds up, it almost looks like Icelandic beach sand or crushed Oreos themselves. So it's dark stuff. But it doesn't mean that it's going to be super sour tasting. I'd say it's more of a good acidity with a bitterness punching through. So my little script that we put down is a true dark, blacker than black roast offering from the Infernal Sea and Black Coffee Worship. This roast sits at the top of BCW's offering, stating the darkest roast ever produced. Styled in the way of an Italian roast, this blend draws a traditional high acidity whilst punching through a strong bitterness. Drink black coffee, listen and follow the Infernal Sea. That's what we're talking about, the things. Currently, I'm sipping it right now as an AeroPress at the moment. It's super clear, no grit in the AeroPress, which I've talked about in last podcasts and videos on my How To Brew as well. It does remind me of drinking coffee in Italy a few times. Been to Italy a handful of times on holiday. And the wife is Sicilian, so there's a lot of Italian style coffees around families' houses and things that happen. So dark, roasted, bitter, high acidity, but still pretty sweet. It's still got that sort of Italian kick that's coming through. I really dig it. It's probably one of my favourites I've been drinking for the last month or so. Took us a while to get the crack and sort out the roast taste notes and flavour notes for this Italian style roast. But once we hit it and it came through, it's absolutely intense and fire. Super strong, so pre-warned, it's not a mellow, smooth drink. I would recommend AeroPress or single to double espresso, the Italian way, not as a quad espresso or even a cold brew. I'd kind of stay away from that 24-hour brewing. Might just be a little bit too strong, but Viking power, they can take the strength half the time. So that's the Infernal Sea coffee. I keep mentioning artwork by these guys. The people they get to do their artwork and the collaborators and illustrators they get to use, everybody's so involved and it's just so on point with UK black metal and what they're up to and just their scene that they're working on. Definitely check out. Try and grab a vinyl. I don't know if they've got any left at the moment, but they've got a few shows coming up. I think they should have some coffee at some of them, and they have got the coffee available on their website too, as well as these mugs printed by us at the Caves of Worship. We're shipping those out to them. So that's all it is about the Infernal Sea right now. So stoked, so honoured to be able to do a Collabo blend with them and for them to be on board and to dig the vibe of Black Coffee Worship and what we do here at the Caves of Worship. There's nothing much left to say apart from stay rad, stay hydrated, listen to the Infernal Sea and drink the Infernal coffee. Peace.